Um, ok, allora io mi ricordo quando mia nonna cominciò a sviluppare una forma di demenza e me lo ricordo perché mia nonna non è mai stata una persona particolarmente accomodante. Era un carattere abbastanza difficile, sapeva molto precisamente quello che voleva, ma da un certo momento in poi ha come cominciato ad addolcirsi improvvisamente, era molto più dolce. Sorrideva, era docile, proprio docile e morbida. Ehm, e a un certo punto però si è un po' depressa e diciamo stava progressivamente perdendo il contatto con la realtà. Chiamava spesso sua madre, non ci riconosceva sempre. E a un certo punto appunto si è un po' depressa e, e ricordo che le hanno dato degli oppiacei, le hanno dato dei cerotti, messo dei cerotti contenenti dell'oppio e, e non è che le facessero tanto bene e a un certo punto hanno deciso di toglierli e quando li hanno tolti non ho mai visto mia nonna in quello stato, cioè era completamente fuori di senno, aveva questi sintomi da astinenza pesantissimi e mi ricordo che quella volta è stata una delle volte in cui lei ha cercato di mordermi, cioè fisicamente ha cercato di mordermi e ho dovuto respingerla. Quindi sì, ho diciamo, visto un po' tutto lo spettro della demenza, da quello più dolce, più di stacco dal mondo, a quello invece più, no, più violento e sofferente anche. Direi che questo è il riassunto di quello che direi sulla demenza.
我试一下，我不知道会不会跟你说的是一样的，但是，我感觉我其实并不知道什么时候我外婆就开始失去她的记忆了，她什么时候情感开始产生变化，我都不知道，可能在我出生之前，也可能在我出生之后，所以有一种感觉是我从来不知道她是什么样的一个人，因为疾病一直在改变她，我也不知道我现在看到她是不是真实的她自己，也没有人会知道。但是现在的他让人觉得我没有办法真心实意的去爱他，然后这是一个问题，因为我觉得我应该去爱他，但我必须要去尽到一个职责，我们家的每个人都要去尽到一个职责，不管他再怎么发脾气，他再怎么不讲道理，然后我们去学习他的语言。
I'm afraid it's I don't know why it has been
This is Venice, 2019. After that, I learned something, went somewhere, loved someone, and most of the photos I took were lost. I just realized that. I thought I would recall everything, things about the person sitting on the other side of this tuk-tuk in Chiang Mai. But I didn't. What did he say in the tropical rains in Thailand? Rains that we were so obsessed with. I don't recall. What do I travel for? what do I want to keep? What do I still have if the images are lost? And there are people who live longer, with more to forget, like wars and famines. People who barely saw a camera until their youth have gone unfound. People like my grandma. Gone like the trains in Yunnan. Only the tracks are left. And the mirrors, they don't say much about what happened and what's lost. Nor do my photos. What does he remember about the trains? What's on the mind of the old people? I tried to figure out, but it's like looking at water birds through the telescope. And I realize how far I actually am from their minds. What's on the mind of a goldfish with 7 seconds of memories? Once I stared into the dark in the mountains. The closer I look, I saw how little I see. How little I can recall. But I kept looking, like my grandma, searching for memories, frustrated, like a beast caged in a tank. She doesn't even know who I am now, how old she is, or where anyone she knows has gone. No footage found for this goldfish either.
An experimental short. Yeah, it's trying to mimic my grandma's mind. And she has dementia. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to think about it, but I think everything's going well.
What were you talking about? Okay, tell me.
I was talking about my grandma's dementia, how she became very sweet suddenly. She wasn't a person to be, that was very easy to deal with. She had a lot of needs. She expected a lot from people, but then when dementia hit, it was like a pinch of honey for her. Like, she really became sweeter, and she was smiling. But then at a certain point, she also, I think, got a little depressed throughout the process of losing touch with reality, and so some doctor tried to cure her with opiaceum, with like, is that a word in English? Yeah, opiaceum is like the substance that heroin is made with,
Oh.
opium. And that wasn't good for her. And when they took out this medicine, she completely lost her mind. And then I remember one day I was at her place and she literally tried to bite me, like to bite into me, and I had to like physically push her away. And so I guess that was the peak of the aggressive side of dementia, and sufferance as well. And so I've seen the whole spectrum of what dementia can do with a person, or at least what it did with her. And in the end she wouldn't recognize us most of the times. She would call her mom a lot. I mean, she would call the name of her mom, or she would just scream like mom. And she would enjoy music. I would play for her, and she usually liked that. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, I think my grandma got sweeter in the beginning, but when she gets really scared and we never know what triggers her, she gets violent. I remember one day waking up and I saw her attacking the door of the house with a knife, the kitchen knife. And you can still see the scars, all those like marks she made that day, because she was trying to get out. And she was causing a lot of troubles in the neighborhood already. So my parents added a lock to the door just to lock her in. And that started to happen frequently, which, and she would try her best to get out. She cannot recognize anyone in the family, so she would try different strategies, sweet talk to us. And we know what's going on, but I'm a different person every day in her eyes. When I have a beanie on, I'm a boy, and she would call me like little brother and try to sweet talk me to open the door for her. It's weird. It's like, wow, in her world, I don't know who I am. Like, does she really know who she is? It's really like swimming in her mind. And you don't know what that current is, where that current of thought and memory is taking her. And she's just so passively following the different fluctuations in her bodies, in her mind. And we're all following her in a way. It's weird. Well, we've got new analogies.
True. Did you ever open the door for her?
We opened the door because we gave up. We were desperate because she wouldn't give up. She was a very strong woman. She survived everything. So yeah, we opened the door, but as a way to say, we'll leave you alone in your own world. We're not participating. Of course, we regret that. But when you have that emotions accumulating, hearing the knife hitting the door, carving out all those marks, it's aggravating.
So you just let her out and hope that she won't get herself in trouble.
We talked to the security guard of the community, so they wouldn't let her out of the neighborhood.
Okay.
But still, we would spend a lot of time looking for her.
In the streets and...
And she would hurt herself. She would hurt others too. So there's a very fine line that we don't want to lock her up as an animal. The way she was looking at the door every day, waiting for us to come back, reminds me a lot of our dog. And that was an analogy that I found too cruel to bring up, but it was very real.
I understand.
Yeah, and I think it's optimistic that we're hoping to communicate with her. We're hoping that empathy, would do everything for us, like would call her back in a way. No, it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, sometimes empathy is to accept that the other person's conscience is unreachable. You know?